Here's something that sounds like science fiction, but is happening right now. Mechanical canines, armed with poison sprayers, are about to patrol Hong Kong streets in the name of public health. But here's where it gets controversial. Are we solving a mosquito problem, or creating an entirely new set of issues? Key highlights at a glance. Mechanical canine units fitted with pesticide dispensers will soon hunt down Chikungunya virus-carrying mosquitoes across Hong Kong. These AI-powered machines utilize advanced detection systems to locate and eliminate insect breeding grounds while transmitting live data to medical authorities. Simultaneously, officials are testing biological warfare against mosquitoes using specialized bacteria that sabotage their reproductive cycles. Critics question the massive financial investment and worry about collateral damage to essential pollinator species. 9 confirmed chikungunya infections imported into Hong Kong this year have triggered an unprecedented response from city officials, who are now betting big on technological solutions. The metropolitan government's answer? Deploy mechanical hounds armed with chemical weapons against mosquito populations in areas too dangerous or challenging for human pest control teams to reach effectively. This experimental program, launching within weeks, signals a dramatic shift toward tech-driven healthcare protection strategies. The goal is straightforward, yet ambitious: lighten the workload for human workers, while dramatically improving the city's ability to hunt down disease-carrying insects. Mechanical canines, the new frontline warriors. These aren't your typical household pets. We're talking about sophisticated machines created by industry leaders like Boston Dynamics that can handle virtually any landscape challenge thrown their way. Picture this: 4-legged robots scaling steep hillsides and navigating treacherous terrain while systematically eliminating mosquito havens that would be nearly impossible for human teams to address safely. This capability becomes absolutely critical in Hong Kong's sweltering climate, where extreme heat can push frontline pest control workers beyond their physical limits. But here's where it gets really interesting. These mechanical guardians aren't just mindless spraying machines. Equipped with cutting-edge artificial intelligence, high-resolution cameras, and environmental sensors, these robotic units can actually think and learn. They scan their surroundings, identify stagnant water sources and prime mosquito nurseries, then instantly transmit detailed reports back to human health coordinators for strategic decision-making. The AI component takes things even further by crunching environmental data like temperature fluctuations, humidity levels, and precipitation patterns to forecast when mosquito populations might explode. This predictive intelligence means pesticide deployment happens strategically rather than randomly, targeting only the highest risk zones while minimizing unnecessary chemical exposure. This technological integration into urban health management represents a fundamental transformation in how major cities might tackle insect-borne diseases moving forward, potentially revolutionizing metropolitan health protection worldwide. Beyond robots, the bacterial warfare alternative. But wait, there's more to Hong Kong's anti-mosquito arsenal than just mechanical dogs. City planners are simultaneously developing a completely different approach that sounds equally futuristic: biological sabotage using microscopic allies. This secondary strategy involves deliberately infecting wild mosquito populations with specific bacterial strains that essentially sterilize them from the inside out. The World Health Organization has already endorsed this technique, which specifically targets Aedes albopictus mosquitoes, the exact species responsible for spreading chikungunya throughout urban areas. The process works by releasing laboratory-modified mosquitoes carrying Wolbachia bacteria into wild populations. Once these infected insects mate with natural mosquitoes, the bacterial infection spreads, dramatically reducing the insect's ability to reproduce successfully and carry viral diseases. Singapore has already proven this method works in real-world conditions with impressive results. Hong Kong authorities are optimistic about beginning similar trials next year, potentially giving them a two-pronged approach that combines mechanical precision with biological disruption. This double-barreled strategy demonstrates Hong Kong's determination to explore every possible innovation avenue in their war against disease-carrying insects. The dark side, when innovation meets reality. And this is the part most people miss. Every technological solution comes with hidden costs that might make you question whether we're actually solving the right problems. Let's talk money first. These robotic dogs don't come cheap, and we're talking about price tags that could make smaller cities or developing regions think twice about adoption. The financial barrier alone might create a situation where only wealthy metropolitan areas can afford cutting-edge health protection, potentially widening health inequality gaps globally. But here's where things get really controversial. What happens to the good bugs? Even precision-targeted insecticide deployment carries serious risks for beneficial insect populations, particularly pollinators like bees and butterflies that our ecosystem desperately needs to survive. There's also a deeper philosophical question at play. Are we becoming too dependent on technological fixes while ignoring simpler, more fundamental solutions? Traditional mosquito prevention focuses heavily on eliminating standing water sources, educating communities about prevention, and maintaining basic sanitation practices. Critics argue that throwing expensive robots at the problem might actually distract from these proven, low-cost prevention methods. The environmental balance question looms large. How do we eliminate dangerous disease vectors without accidentally destroying the beneficial insects that keep our food systems functioning? A truly effective approach probably requires combining robotic precision with old-school prevention tactics and comprehensive community education programs. This balanced strategy could maximize mosquito elimination while protecting environmental stability. What this means for cities worldwide. Hong Kong's robotic experiment isn't happening in isolation. The results could reshape how every major city on Earth approaches insect-borne disease prevention in the coming decades. If these mechanical mosquito hunters prove successful, expect to see similar programs rolling out across Asia, Europe, and the Americas, wherever chikungunya, dengue fever, or Zika virus pose serious public health risks. Hong Kong could essentially become the testing ground for a completely new category of urban health protection. This initiative also forces us to confront bigger questions about technology's role in protecting public health, especially in crowded metropolitan environments. As global populations continue concentrating in cities and climate change creates more favorable conditions for disease-carrying insects, these challenges will only intensify. Here's what's really at stake. If robotic intervention proves effective and environmentally sustainable, it could become the gold standard for urban vector control worldwide. But if the environmental costs prove too high or the technology fails to deliver promised results, cities might need to double down on traditional prevention methods instead. The outcome of Hong Kong's trial will be scrutinized by health officials, environmental scientists, and urban planners across the globe, not just for its immediate impact on chikungunya prevention, but for its potential to establish new protocols for technology-driven public health interventions. So here's the million-dollar question that deserves serious debate. Are we witnessing the future of urban health protection? Or are we creating expensive technological distractions from simpler, more sustainable solutions? And more importantly, should other cities be preparing to follow Hong Kong's lead? Or should they be investing those same resources in education, sanitation, and community-based prevention programs instead? What's your take? Do you think robotic mosquito hunters represent genuine progress? Or are we overcomplicating a problem that communities have been solving successfully for generations with much simpler methods?